Roger Reed.
Here.
John Hutchins.
Here.
Tom Betts. Kirby Ross. Lindsay Phillips. Harold Wood.
Here.
Rick Lawrence. Mike Parker.
Here.
George Larcher. I'm here. Michael Clark.
Here.
Okay, before I ask for a motion for the minutes for May 7th, regular meeting, is there any additions, corrections, or deletions need to be made? Hearing none, do I have a motion to accept the minutes?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
John, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, old business, matter of record, findings of fact, zoning map amendment for Frontier Housing, 524 Clark Street, 6 lots. Is there any corrections, additions, or deletions need to be made there? Hearing none, do I have a motion to accept finding of fact?
So moved.
Okay, Kirby, do I have a second? Gerald, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Any new business, comprehensive plan?
Okay, as of yesterday, the initial rough draft of the comp plan is finished. And I sent out an email this afternoon to set up a potential meeting for the steering committee to give them time to take a look at it, and then for them to, having digested it, give feedback and decide what the next steps are. For right now, tentatively, those two, I picked 2 dates, and they're on the same week, so they might not work. The dates are Tuesday, June 24th, and Wednesday, June 25th. Those are tentative dates for the meeting. If I can't get a quorum together, then we'll probably look at the following week. And I mean, we might have to try once or twice, just because it's now summertime, and as we can see, some of our members are absent here. So, but yeah, there were some notes that Allison had with it that that some areas of the rough draft were rougher than other areas. There's probably still some work left to do, but otherwise the initial draft of the document has been put together and will be the subject of the next steering committee meeting, which will hopefully be within the next month. So that is my update.
Okay, any questions? Bill?
The meeting you're talking about, is that the public hearing on it or just the steering committee meeting?
That's just a steering committee meeting for them to give their initial feedback and see what needs to be improved and what to do next.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm sure there will be once we decide that, I'll give them a copy of it. I was discussing with Dave with you at the beginning. For some reason, my Outlook is blacklisted Hotmail users, so 2 of the steering committee members didn't get, including you, didn't get the email. I'll have to figure that out, but otherwise, we have begun work in earnest again, so we should be finishing that up in the next few months.
So being newer on there, I mean, I know we passed a preserver, the timeline to get that complete, but is there like a drop dead when we're out of compliance?
No, it is. We've actually taken a look at this. The only time that there was a legal issue with not having your comp plan done is when you adopted planning and zoning and you hadn't done a comp plan yet. So it says it should be updated every 5 years, but like a lot of state laws, I don't know that there is a consequence for that.
So if we get this completed in 2025, does it start 5 years from then, or are we already kind of built in the years?
I would say we get another 5 years.
We get 5 years. We were late, but our 5 years didn't start like a year ago to get the second one, even though we haven't completed this.
Right. The last time we actually completed this was the year I started here, which was 9 years ago. So I don't think there's a legal consequence,
Okay.
and the state's not going to say you haven't done it every 5 years. It's just something that you should get done. I mean, it's
Best
smart.
practice.
Yeah, it's best practice because a lot can change in 5 years.
Okay.
So if it's been 9 years, then a lot more probably has changed.
Bill?
We're 3.6 years past due having it. The only way that you can officially make something happen is somebody's got to go to the court. They can file a motion And then if the court agrees that it's past 5 years, the court can start a 9-month window. And I don't know what happens into that window, but I mean, somebody's got to pay money to go, hey, you all are out of bounds. And so far, nobody has.
Well, I gotta believe that the court's gonna say, hey, get on this, and we would be able to say, well, we are.
Yeah, but the statute, that's fine, but the statute gives 9 months after the court says, yes, it's supposed to be done. So you'd still get 9 months after that,
Yeah, so.
after the court.
It'll be done within the next 9 months for sure. Do you have anything to add? Nope.
Any other questions?
George, at the last meeting, I asked how much this
Yeah.
contracted consulting was and whether or not they've been paid.
Yeah, so I talked to Matt about that because it's actually budget time, and I think of between the $30,000 to $40,000, I think 15 had been paid.
So half up front, the other half will be paid at completion.
I'm assuming the rest will be paid during the next fiscal year. It was originally 30, and with the option of more for like the housing study, and I can't remember exactly how much that was, but we did opt to pay for that too. So we have paid somewhere like 40 to 50%.
I didn't understand what you were explaining about the option to do what.
So I think the original contract was, okay, it's $30K for us to do this process, and it's an additional, it was like 5 or 8 or maybe 10 for a housing study, and we opted to do the housing study too. So we paid 15 out of somewhere between 30 and 40.
And where is she on the housing study?
I think they've completed it. It's going to be part of the comp plan. So we've paid some, but we haven't paid everything.
Good.
Bill?
The initial CDIC proposal was for 25 for the comp plan, 10,000 for the housing.
Oh, okay.
Anything else? Have a motion to adjourn?
The only question I had, those dates that you proposed would have been you had more, I mean, I guess you ought to poll.
Yeah, I sent him an email saying, please let me know.
Because I know I'm on vacation both of those days.
Well, this is just, you can't be.
All right, the steering committee, I
It's
know.
the steering.
Right.
So.
But you probably will run into that if you're off one day, you're probably off both days that week.
Well, I've gotten response from somebody said, one of the members said that they were out that entire week, and one said, I think it was actually Rick who said that he was available only on the 24th. So,
Yeah, Zandy said.
yeah, for road.
Okay. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
Okay. Michael, do I have a second?
Second.
Kirby, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.